Welcome to the pronunciation channel. Today I'm going to be talking about some common words that BPO call center agents will probably need to pronounce at some point. So these common words are all words that end in the suffix shun. So it's like this: shun, shun. So the problem may be if English isn't the call center agent's native language, they don't know how to pronounce the word in terms of stress. That is, which syllable is pronounced the loudest and the longest. Well, if the suffix ends in shun, it's pretty easy because it's always the syllable immediately before the shun. So if you look at the first one here, interaction. So shun is the suffix. So the syllable before is rack. So it's interaction. If you look at the next one, so the suffix is shun. So it's the suffix immediately before. So it's la, resolution. If you look at the next one, again, the suffix is shun. So the principle is it's the syllable immediately before that. Escalation. So if you use a word with the wrong syllable stress, particularly if there isn't enough contextual information, the customer may not understand what you mean. So let's go through these one at a time. Okay? Interaction. And you notice how I said interaction. So I'm Canadian. So the Canadian pronunciation is very similar to the American pronunciation. So normally we don't pronounce this T if it's preceded by a vowel and an N. So we'd say winter rather than winter, 20 rather than 20. Same thing here. Interaction. Resolution. Resolution. Escalation. Escalation. Verification. Verification. Information. Information. Connection, connection. Satisfaction, satisfaction. Authentication, authentication. Transcription, transcription. Cancellation, cancellation. Authorization, authorization. Compensation, compensation. Clarification, clarification. Notification, notification. So if you were listening carefully, you maybe noticed that this T I pronounced like a fast T. So it's actually a flap in phonetics or more precise pronunciation terminology. So between a stressed vowel, and an unstressed vowel, the T will turn into the fast T or a flap. So there's the first vowel. Okay, here's the second vowel. So we would say notification. Okay, just like Saturday is Saturday, tomato is tomato. But it's perfectly correct to say notification. Just that for a North American speaker like myself, we would very rarely do that unless we're somehow pronouncing it very carefully for somebody maybe who doesn't speak English very well. Okay, termination, termination. So remember the principle. So you find a noun that ends in the suffix shun, and it's the syllable immediately to the left, which is the loudest. It's like this one, interaction. And generally speaking, in English, if you have a long word, it will be, you need to look at the right-hand side of the word, okay? And then usually the second syllable from the right would have the primary stress, or sometimes it would be the third syllable from the right. Okay, but you would almost never encounter words such as interaction, resolution, escalation, verification, information. You probably never ever encounter words like that. Okay, so hope that helps. Keep practicing.